Hello everyone and welcome to another math video. Today we're going to be looking at how to put decimals and mixed numbers into an order. So, from least to greatest, greatest to least. And the fancy way of saying that is we're going to look at rational numbers. We're going to put rational numbers in order. A reminder that this is the short version of this video where we're going to go through this pretty quickly. If you would like a longer full-length lesson where we go through lots of different examples, I will link that in the description below. Before attempting this lesson, you should already know how to compare mixed numbers and improper fractions. If you'd like a refresher on that, I will link it in the description below. All right, so let's take a look here. For this problem, it says put these numbers in order from least to greatest. And so it wants the smallest number first, biggest number last. And I wrote this reminder down here. This is from a while ago, but negative numbers are always smaller than positive numbers. Always, always, always. Okay? And so there's only one negative number on the list, so it has to be the smallest. Has to be negative 12.84. Okay? And let's convert the rest of these into decimals. So this would be 0.96. This would be 12.8. This is, 12.0, sure. And now, if we were to put these numbers on the number line, so let's start with 12.65 would be out here somewhere. Let's say call this 12.65. Negative 12.84 would be on the other end. Negative 12.84, cool. 0.96 would be somewhere in here. 0.96. 12.8 would be somewhere out here. Let's call this 12.8. 12.8. And 12 would be, let's say, somewhere in here. We'll call this 12. So, the further left you go, the smaller you get, right? And this says from least to greatest. So we should just be able to follow the number line and go in order. So the next number is 0.96. Then the next one is 12. The next number is 12.65. And the last number on the line, 12.8. Normally you would convert them back to what you started with. So instead of putting 0.96, we would put, the original fraction, which is 24 over 25. You can do that for the rest of these, okay? All right, for this problem, you'll notice that there are two negatives, one positive. And so we said that negative numbers are always smaller than positive numbers. So the reverse of that would be to say positive numbers are always bigger than negative numbers. So this 6 and 2/8, it's the only positive number, has to be bigger than all the negative ones. So it is actually the greatest number on the list, 6 and 2/8, right? And it said put it in order from least to greatest. So the last number is going to be 6 and 2/8. Now for the negatives, negative 6.56 would be like, I don't know, somewhere in here. Let's call this negative 6.56. And we use a different color for negative 6.75. So the further left you go, the smaller it is, right? So negative 6.75 is actually smaller than negative 6.56. With negatives, it's basically backwards. So our order then should be, the smallest is negative 6.75, and our next number is negative 6.56. 6 and 2/8 is the biggest. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and try these two problems on your own, and when you're ready, go and pause the video to try these, and when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we will take a look at your answers. Okay, now that you've had a chance to look at these problems, let's check your solutions. For this top problem, when you converted stuff to decimals, you should have gotten negative 7.9, negative 7.5. We have one positive number, so it is automatically the biggest. So this should go at the end of your list. And then between these two negatives, the smallest number is negative 7.9, so that's negative 7 and 27 over 30, followed by negative 7 and 7 over 14. Okay, if you want to put them on the number line, you can do that. For the bottom problem, it says put these numbers in order from greatest to least. There is only one negative number, so it is automatically the smallest. Converting 7 over 28 would be 0.25. And so the biggest number on the list here would be 0.56, followed by 7 over 28. And finally, the smallest number is the negative 10. All right, that's it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.